Take 2. Let's go. We're going to have a good evening. It's going to be a great podcast, y'all.
Hopefully.
We got some good news and some bad news to share with y'all. Do you want to start with the bad?
Maybe we should start with who we are. That way we don't have to go back.
Yeah, that'd be good.
My name's Justin.
And I'm Labrie.
And this is the Better Together podcast. That was probably our strangest try at a cold open.
Hey, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, maybe this one will be the one that finally catches some people.
Maybe. We'll have to see. But like we were saying, it's been a roller coaster
Yeah, definitely.
of a day. Started out real great. Everything's awesome. And then it kind of started to go downhill. So, do you want to start with the bad news first and then we can end on happy stuff?
You're talking about this bad news?
Yeah, that bad news.
Yeah, we got a new camera, and I was really excited about it. And in one of the vlogs, we talked about wanting to get a new camera, and we did a ton of research.
Yeah.
We literally tried to do our due diligence and watch reviews and watch video examples and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also wanted something that was going to do something that a lot of our other cameras didn't do.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about this camera is that the actual camera part, which I've just turned it on, but the actual camera part comes out, and so you have a little monitor that you can use, and you have the camera.
And the monitor flips up.
They're very nice. It's the Insta360 Go, for those of you who are audio listeners, but it's a very interesting camera. We had really high hopes and high expectations based on all the videos that we watched about it, because everything we saw, it had pretty surprising image quality.
Mm-hmm.
And even we watched one low light test.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, that's not beautiful low light, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then we get it home.
Mm.
And then we use it in just light that's what I would consider normal.
Yeah.
Like, I know that we've gotten somewhat used to a full frame camera, but we also have this DJI Action 3, which is at this point a pretty old camera. It might even be older than the Action 3 because this just says Osmo Action. So I don't even really know what generation this is, but we filmed our last 2 vlogs on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the stellar performance that you would expect out of a camera, especially like even the most modern action cameras.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Because this is supposed to be
fairly modern, but obviously we knew that it wasn't going to be like the Ace Pro because it was going to be slightly different, and I didn't expect it to have the exact same image quality as that.
Yeah.
But I expected it to have pretty close. I expected it to be close to like a decent phone camera.
Yeah.
Especially for the price of it. And so we had been using this Osmo Action for a while now, and I was pretty okay with it. It wasn't the best dynamic range and things like that, but I didn't expect anything better. And then I used my iPhone when we first started back on this channel again, just for the ease and simplicity of it, and that went pretty well. And then we got this little camera, and it was just kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
I was so excited, even like when we started playing with it, because like on the screen itself, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. But I mean, for a tiny screen,
it's hard for a tiny screen to not look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just isn't as good as I hoped it would be. And I feel like it just, like, obviously I knew that I was going to try to downgrade our image quality a little bit coming off of your camera. I'm 100% fine with that. Yes, it would be great to use that camera all the time, but it's not a camera that you take everywhere all the time because of its size. But these cameras, you just throw them in your pocket. And this camera's great, but we thought, well, we'll get something new, and that way it'll be a little bit better. And the reason we got this one again is because it comes apart. It comes with this magnet thing, so you can wear it on your chest. You can wear it on your hat. You can do some pretty cool things with it. But then it just doesn't look good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's some weird fluke and that we need to like maybe do a software update on it or something. I don't know. Something weird that we can look into before we go to bed tonight. And
I'm gonna look up some videos of like how to get the best image quality out of your Insta360 Go 3, because right now I'm just not impressed with it. And I have tried a bunch of settings. I even tried turning the ISO way down. And what's weird is it's supposed to be on vivid, is what it says, and that was vivid. The colors that I showed you.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal. That looked almost like log.
Yeah.
To me, like they didn't look bright like we'd seen in videos. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to do some research, and y'all just pray with us that we can make this work and that is way better than we think it is currently.
Because the issue is that you buy things at Best Buy because you want them now.
Yeah.
And then you don't like it because Best Buy doesn't let you look at a lot of these type of cameras anymore.
Mhm.
Your only option is to see a GoPro.
Yep.
We have our issues with GoPro for various reasons.
A
One,
few.
yeah, namely our first GoPro just wasn't that great. It didn't work very well. Not even the quality. It was just like sometimes the microphone didn't work.
A lot of times the microphone didn't work.
You would hit record and like weird things would happen when it was recording. So we just were like, we don't want another one. So that's how we ended up with this DJI.
Mhm.
And everything's great about this camera.
Yeah.
I did remember one thing about this camera as I was editing the videos. And thankfully I'm slow, and so it didn't matter. But there's a delay. And so like you hit recording even when you have the camera on.
Yeah, and then it takes it a moment.
It takes it a second to really get started, and then you're able to start your clip. And I got used to the other cameras, and it's just instant. As soon as you hit record, you're recording what's going on.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing to get used to with any action camera, I guess. But the real thing that just bothers me about the whole thing is it makes you just feel like, is every YouTuber a liar?
I know, that's what... it gets me because it's so frustrating. We watched countless videos last night. Like, I had to say, I'm done. We're stopping. I can't watch any more.
Yeah.
This was after at least 10 videos?
We watched several, and it was also, though, like, I tried to watch some that weren't the big YouTubers.
Yeah. We watched a whole variety of them. We had some big names. We had some decent names. And then we had some pretty low subscribing.
Yeah, I thought some people who were lower and would
Yeah.
just be completely honest with you. And maybe I'm just confused about the camera. Right now, it's just like, man.
Yeah. It really put a damper on our day.
Yeah, it doesn't help that I don't feel that great.
Yeah. Allergy season has kicked in. Everything is turning to bloom, and congestion has started in our household.
Yep.
So, everyone, well, I'm feeling pretty good, but the guys are feeling a little icky. But
I'm glad that you're feeling good. But
me too. It's been a rough go.
Everything's burny, and I don't like it.
Yeah, we can have some hot tea again in a little bit.
That would be nice.
And also we're going to have homemade, completely from scratch chicken noodle soup tomorrow.
That will make it much better as well.
With some fresh made bread, too. So,
yeah.
It's going to be a good time tomorrow.
Looking forward to that. And hopefully by that point, the camera thing's figured out.
Yeah, Lord willing, y'all. Pray for us.
The biggest thing for me on this, and that's why I keep going back to it, is just like, we got our tax return, we filed our taxes. They've been accepted by the IRS, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so we know what we're going to get back, and we're like, it would be great to invest in what we've been trying to do with online ministry. And like the camera we're filming this right now is an amazing camera.
Yeah. But it's not the best for all the things we want.
It's not the best portable camera. Like, you're not just going to take this everywhere you go as easily. I wanted something I could put in my pocket and want to use. And then now it throws me back to, it's like, man, I wish I would have just spent the extra money, got the Sony camera. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, there's probably things wrong with that camera too. I'd probably get it and be like, God, this camera's not that great. You know, that's where I feel right now. Even though maybe that's not the case. Obviously, it's a twice as expensive camera. So hopefully it would be a good one.
Yeah, hopefully they ain't lying to us.
But it's just one of those things where you're like, man. And so that's like the thing about our channel that I really want to emphasize. And we're not a tech channel by any means. We use a lot of tech on this channel.
We have a lot of tech.
But like, that's not what we're about.
Yeah.
But what we are about is honesty and transparency and just sharing what's going on. And it's kind of, it hits you hard whenever, you know, you're told something's great, you look forward to it, because I've already thought of like all the weird ways. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. Like, obviously this thing comes out, but the back of it's a magnet. And so there's all these amazing things you can do with it.
Like, this table's aluminum.
The stand might be a magnet. Yeah.
Hey.
So like, there's all these interesting shots and like things you can do with it, but then the quality is so bad that I'm not sure about it. And I don't know if maybe like they were like editing the dang it out of it.
I don't like. We tried to watch such a variety though, so that way we could get the real look at it. But
my philosophy is this: I want to make a video, and I do want it to look nice. But I'm not going to spend days editing where they're like, yeah, I spent all this time. It's like, no. Like, I want to capture important things. I want to talk about important things, but I don't want to waste the time. But I just want to be able to be real. And that's what kills me about other channels is it's like, I'd rather have money than be real. And so they'll tell you that it's so great and so awesome. And then it's like, this isn't that great. And so it's just a little discouraging in that realm. But this is being real and honest. And that's why this is also probably going to be a short episode of the podcast because it hurts to talk. But I'll let you talk about happy things
Yeah.
if you want to go down that road.
So some news that by time y'all are watching and hearing this, will be out in the world is baby number 2 is on the way.
Yes. Exciting times.
Yes. So that's really good. Happy news. Also happy news is I'm no longer feeling super sick all the time.
I was thinking about that today.
It's getting a lot better.
I'm glad.
Still have my moments, but it's better. So that's good. We had appointment number 2 to check on little baby, and all is doing well. But we're gonna find out the gender in a couple weeks, and we're beyond excited about that.
And it gives me a longer weekend than the long weekend I was already gonna get.
So check 1 for baby.
That one worked out well. I appreciate you, child. We also made a video about doing our photo reveal thing.
Yeah.
And that's actually, the photo is going to go up tomorrow, which when you're seeing this would have been last Wednesday.
Yep.
And so that's when we're finally going to announce to the rest of the world. There's been some people who've known.
Yeah.
But we haven't told everybody yet, so we're going to do that. And that was also one of the other things that we did with this DJI camera that I thought it did well about. I've not edited this footage yet, but from everything that I've been able to tell, you know.
From all the other videos that you've worked with on it, it's done well and whatnot. But
even when you did your stint as a solo YouTuber, you know.
Yeah, that very short, brief summer.
You tried.
I did. And it was about gardening, and then it got too hot, so I stopped. I didn't stop gardening. I just stopped making videos because I didn't want to be out there that long.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody say, it's just too hot to make a video.
Listen,
I'm ready for the hot. I'm ready to move anywhere south of where we're at right now. And I thought we lived in a warm climate. And now I'm just like, I'm tired of it. It gets colder here every year. I don't even want to see 40 that much anymore.
See, I don't mind it because I feel like the spring comes so soon.
You don't have to go to work every morning and walk in the cold.
Yeah, very true. I don't have to get out every day.
That makes a difference. That's an impact on if you like the cold or not.
Yeah, and I don't have to go out and like warm up the car and then come back in and then go back out to the cold.
Or brush the snow off.
Yeah.
Or the ice, scrape the eye.
It's pretty good. But from my standpoint, it's a pretty good climate today, though.
Well, you just locked yourself in for another 5 years, so you're doing pretty good.
But today's weather, I was all for that. A nice 70 degrees.
I preferred yesterday's weather because it was sunny.
Yes. Yesterday's was
70
better,
degrees.
but I like the 70s.
Yeah.
That's the low 70s. That's my temperature. I enjoy it. It's very nice. Enough to roll the windows down and feel the breeze in your hair and have a good time.
Yeah.
But anything you want to talk about baby or?
I don't know if I really have too much about baby because I'm a little fed up on camera stuff right now.
I get that.
But because I was going to let you lead this podcast anyways and let it be about the baby stuff. And then my camera didn't work. And I wanted to call out all YouTubers who are liars and tell me how great things are when they're not great. And I only have so much money. And now I'm stuck with this camera because I can't pay a 15% restocking fee.
That's really annoying, Best Buy, by the way.
I get it because I get it because they can't sell this now. So like if we took it back, they have to sell it less than what we paid for it.
I get
so
it.
We're taking the hit.
They need to have something out on display where we can check it out better or something. I don't know.
But either way, little
It's
sad
gotta be
about
a better
it.
Process. Order on Amazon, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they wouldn't have had a restocking fee.
Yeah.
They would have just taken it back. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get for wanting to rush. But if we buy a Sony, then we'll order it somewhere that'll let me return it for free. Because I'm not going back to you, Best Buy. I've learned your tricks.
We've been burned one too many times.
Now I need another tax return. I need some more unexpected money to come through, and that way I'll be able to do this. Well, and one thing about the baby and all that stuff is we had made videos and talked on the podcast in the past about setting up the office upstairs for the video studio, and like we want to do this, we want to do that, and blah, blah. And then all of a sudden we transitioned, and we were working in the basement, and it's like, well, that's kind of weird because they were doing all this other stuff. It's actually not that weird. It's because we've known that we were going to have another kid, and we were like, well, we're not going to be able to.
This bedroom.
We're going to need that room, So, and that's where this space came in. To be honest, though, I think this space works out a lot better. First
Yeah.
of all, it's much bigger, and like depth-wise, especially.
Yeah. It's definitely a larger area. It is more multifunctional.
Yeah.
Like we can have it for the videos and podcasts and stuff, but it's also a pretty decent hangout spot for you and the other husbands.
And it's a gym,
And it's a gym.
a movie theater.
Yep.
I mean, this has just got it all.
I mean, if really needed, this thing could be an extra bed.
Yeah.
So
it would just suck for that person to have to try to go to the bathroom at night. But
yeah. Hopefully, if they have to be here, they can come during the summer, and it's a guy, and they can.
Hopefully, nobody actually has to do that. That would be the real
Lord
hope.
willing. But if something happened,
Mm-hmm.
we have that space. But yeah, we had to make this workable because we're gonna need that other bedroom upstairs.
Yeah.
Because our family is growing,
And all the other stuff we said is true. Like, it does make more sense, honestly, to have the studio down here where, I can be loud, I can talk, I can record, I can do these things during any time of the day and not have to worry about waking anybody up. And there can be almost as much noise going upstairs as possible as long as we're not jumping.
Yes.
And it not interrupt and mess
and
up
not
the
punching the
quality.
punching bag during that.
Vice versa. There's give and takes. And this is also a home gym. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really all here right now, I don't think.
It's all right. But yeah, both respective spaces could be as loud as they need be, pending no jumping, no punching during sleeping times.
Yeah.
Or recording times.
The other funny thing about the whole process has been the Daniel fast thing.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot about the Daniel fast on the podcast, so I figure it only makes sense to talk about this aspect of it. And when we had our first child, we found out while we were on the Daniel fast.
About halfway through.
The actual last time we did the Daniel fast.
Yeah.
And so as we were going into it this year, we were joking and I was telling people yeah, well, we're doing the Daniel fast again, so hopefully we don't get the same result that we got last time. Just as a joke.
Yeah.
We had been trying, all this was on purpose.
Yes.
We did get to a point where we thought it wasn't going to happen because it had been 6 or 7 months of trying to no avail. And so it's like, well, maybe this just isn't going to work. And so you kind of stop thinking about it. And that was when, boom, all of a sudden, it's like, oh. And we were in the middle of or not in the middle, we were in the beginning of the Daniel fast.
Day 2.
I don't feel like it was it really that
day
early?
2.
It just doesn't feel like it was that early. But that's been a long time ago.
But I quickly got over and did not do well with eating all the food.
Yeah.
If y'all watch the videos through the Daniel fast, you might could see my enthusiasm waning.
Yeah, she's like, I'm done with beans. That's where she really got to.
This baby does not like beans. Even the thought of them today still makes me a little sick.
That is so funny.
Like, I don't like it. And what's weird to me about this pregnancy is it's so different from my last one.
Yeah.
Like, I had nothing. No food aversions. No morning sickness. No nothing.
They say that's how that stuff works, though.
And this one, it's not been fun. It could be a lot worse. I've had a very mild case of morning sickness compared to a lot of women. But it's not good. The almost constant nausea that kicks up real bad come lunch and evening time. Not been fun.
I imagine not.
And especially like with having to prepare meals for everyone else and like not feeling well.
See, but here's the thing is I get all the other weird symptoms. Like I got to go to the bathroom all the time.
You're craving milkshakes.
I want food that I never eat, like milkshakes. It's like I'm tired all the time. I'm like, how am I pregnant? And you're not, all those things aren't affecting you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got the morning sickness, considering I had to go to work and all that. But
I had to cook.
Well, yeah, but I got to go to work. Could you imagine going to work every day sick?
Oh, but, yeah, and that happened last time, though, is you got cravings and weird stuff, too. But
I'm a very sympathetic husband. I don't know. It's weird.
We're very in tune with each other.
Yeah.
So we have a great relationship, and therefore you feel all the things that I don't.
Apparently so.
But I was really surprised that I wasn't feeling tired and stuff, because I figured having a small child and being pregnant and the nausea and stuff, I would feel pretty exhausted. But no, like I painted people's houses. I painted down here. Like I was doing stuff.
We've been busy.
Getting getting stuff done because we got to get all this prepared before baby comes.
And we're not done.
No, we still have to actually redo upstairs
Quite a bit.
to make everything ready.
We had to redo our closet to fit all the clothes that had been in the other closet in that closet.
Mm-hmm.
Go through all the junk that's in that closet.
Yep.
And then we have to refloor that room, move our son to that room, so that way the new baby can have the further room away.
Mm-hmm. That's closer to our room.
Yeah, but it'll be further away from like the noise and hustle and bustle of the rest of the house.
Yep.
And so like then we've got to paint walls and change out ceiling fans. It's so much work.
It's a lot, and we're taking a slight reprieve from the actual work of it now that we've got this pretty well set up.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to kick it into gear pretty soon.
Yeah, otherwise you won't be able to help.
Yeah.
We got to get this done while you're still able to work.
Yeah, before too long, I'll be just too pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, man, I can't help.
Oh.
Maybe I will push it off. I don't know.
Well, no, because I like helping.
I know. I just want to play.
That was an issue during my last pregnancy is I would try to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you start, no.
But yeah, you wanted to move furniture without me while you were like really far into pregnancy. It's like this isn't an issue of like pride. This is an issue of this isn't safe.
I'm just pushing it with my legs.
It's still not good.
But listen, nesting kicks in. Things just happen.
Well, hopefully we'll just be done before that this time and we don't have to worry about it.
Yes, Lord willing. Everything will be all set up and done before I'm very pregnant. So once we near the end, which the crazy thing though is that this one will be born close to our last one.
Yeah.
It's birthday. So the Lord had some fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be closer than you'd imagine most kids are. So that'll be interesting. But I'm sure it will never cause any fights as they grow up.
Never.
Any jealousy or any issues with wanting to share birthdays and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, it'll all be fine. It'll just be sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But really, I don't have much else.
Yeah, I think that's all we've got this week. I just really, honestly, don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
Because my throat's all messed up. I'm a little sad about my camera. If my camera had worked, I was like wanting to wear it and like be all excited about it. Or like now that I know that was magnetic, it'd have been like funny shots like this. And like, but at the moment, I'm just a little depressed about it. So.
Yep. And you guys know how that is. You get so excited about something and then it's a big letdown.
And it's not what you expected. And so it just like brings you down a little bit. But we'll work through it. We'll get through it. And at least we have the exciting news of the baby. And you got to go to the doctor today. And there was all the cute pictures.
We got to hear baby's heartbeat. We got lots of pictures. Funny thing, though, is this little one is a bit more of a wiggle worm than the last one.
Which is saying something.
But it's been crazy. And today, baby was just like playing with toes the whole time and did not want to uncurl. Just had curled up in a little ball and was playing with toes. And that's what it wanted to do the whole time. The ultrasound tech was like, okay, babe, you need to move a little bit. Like, stop playing with your toes, stretch out your legs. Let's see some stuff. So.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited because the next appointment is just a short ways away. And then another month after that is another appointment, all with ultrasounds. And we get to see the sweet little one.
Like you said, was the gender. So that's probably the most exciting one to come up next. So.
But it's just been a fun time thus far. Well, sickness aside.
Yeah, but like you said, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. We appreciate you guys joining us for this episode. I'm sorry it wasn't happy, cheerful, fun story time.
But this is real life, y'all. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
You had the happy, cheerful, fun side. I had the not so happy, cheerful, fun side. So we kind of balanced each other out in that one. But no, we're just thank you guys for being here. We hope that you'll come back for another episode that'll be more like the other episodes. Definitely we have better episodes of the podcast than this. So you could totally go back and check some of those out. And just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And we'll see you in the next video.
Yep. Have a good weekend. And God bless.
God bless.